The Maura Murray case continues to fascinate people all around the country. How could this young, pretty nursing student simply and completely disappear? Now, on the internet, you'll find plenty of rumors and theories, but you won't find Maura. And that's why, with this story, we start with Maura Murray 10 years later.
I tell you about Maura, you know, it's where do you start?
Fred Murray last talked to his daughter, Maura, almost exactly 10 years ago.
But I was just happy with the type of kid. She was a good kid. She is a good kid. Never mind this was. She is a good kid.
Maura Murray disappeared somewhere along Route 112 in Haverhill, New Hampshire, a town that borders Vermont on one side and sits at the foot of the White Mountains on the other. On February 9, 2004, at about 7:30 in the evening, Maura crashed her car into a snowbank, encountered a local school bus driver, and then disappeared, all before police arrived. The Maura Murray case is one of New Hampshire's most baffling unsolved cases. But for Fred Murray, this is only about one thing: his missing daughter. What do you think happened to Maura?
I think somebody grabbed her. Maybe somebody hearing it in a scanner or something like that. I think it's a Monday night. There's nothing really going on. It's not a tourist type of deal. I think a local dirtbag grabbed her. And I know she would have called me that Monday night if she were able. But.
About 7:30 at night, Maura is traveling eastbound on 112. Her vehicle comes through here, and she loses control right in here and spins around, and she's facing now in the opposite direction.
Private investigator Tom Shamshak is one of a number of PIs and police who have searched for Maura Murray over the last 10 years. He has walked through the New Hampshire woods and talked to witnesses and studied police reports New Hampshire has made public. And Shamshak is concerned for Maura Murray's fate.
I think Maura was taken from the scene and then something happened.
But where is Maura Murray right now? At the scene of the crash, there are precious few clues. There are witnesses who saw her, including a school bus driver who lived nearby. He saw Maura and offered help, but did not stay with her.
He stopped, opened the door, had conversation with her, asked her if she needed assistance. Maura replied that she had already called 911, but that isn't the case. She didn't make a call.
There is the scent a dog picked up 39 hours after the disappearance on Route 112.
The dog tracked from the scene of the accident up 600 feet and stopped. The dog lost the scent.
So this is the last sign of Maura Murray, 600 feet away from where the car was.
In the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road, and that's 39 hours later. What does that tell you, Tom, that the scent, the trail ends for Maura Murray right there?
Well, it could mean that she either got into a vehicle or she continued walking and the dog just wasn't able to detect anything any further.
The place where the dog lost the scent is across the street from the home of Butch Atwood, the school bus driver's home. And Shamshak says that school bus driver, now dead, did something odd that night.
The bus driver has brief conversation with Maura, is satisfied that she's okay, and he drives down about 700-800 feet to his driveway, backs his bus in, and then sits in the bus for about 15 to 20 minutes doing paperwork. He is seen by another neighbor who noted that Atwood was in the bus working.
The bus driver told investigators after he left Maura at the accident scene, he never saw her again. And out in the woods along Route 112, extensive searches by land and air have all failed to turn up a single clue.
Had Maura walked into the woods and was severely injured, she would have been found. If Maura went into the woods and took her own life, we would have found something by now.
But there is another question in this case. Why was Maura Murray in New Hampshire? Shortly before she left, Maura crashed her father's car, causing damage. There are reports that Maura was upset about that. Maura emailed her professors telling them she needed to leave UMass because of a death in the family. There wasn't one. And reports say Maura packed up her belongings before driving off to New Hampshire. The reports have fueled speculation that Maura was maybe running away forever, or she drove to New Hampshire to end her life. Fred Murray believes Maura simply needed to get away for a few days, and all speculation about what she was up to ends out on Route 112. Then the accident happens, and that changes everything.
Whatever plan she had is out the window. whatever she was trying to do is now she's got a whole new set of circumstances.
It's got to be frustrating 10 years later that these same possibilities that you were dealing with the Wednesday afterwards are still all in play.
Exactly the same thing, 100% the same thing.
A week before the 10th anniversary, Fred Murray and his children returned to Haverhill, New Hampshire, and replaced the blue ribbon marking the spot of Maura's accident. It's a remembrance that Maura Murray was here, and now she is gone.
Now, there's no question about whether I'm going to look for her. You know, this is my kid. My kid wants me to look for her. I'm gonna look for my kid. You know, I don't know what happened to her. I mean, I don't have Maura. I don't have a body. You know, I have to think in these terms. But the case certainly isn't over.
New Hampshire Assistant Attorney General Jeff Strelzin told me this case remains open and active, and all possibilities, including the possibility that Maura might have perished in those woods, is still on the table. But Strelzin adds there have been no credible sightings of Maura Murray in 10 years. If you have any information, call New Hampshire State Police at 1-800-525-5555. For New England's Unsolved, I'm Bob Ward, Fox 25 News.